Hello. Chill out. Fans are going crazy for us.
I know. Too big.
Season 2.
Too popular. Everybody wants to see us.
I mean, I know you guys have been highly anticipating us for a long, long time. And look at us now. We've got the studio. We've got the fans.
Love it. Come on. Coming out in their thousands.
Crazy. We will be doing one-on-ones later for a little, autograph and talking and all that kind of stuff.
You know what I mean? Help the kids grow, see how far they can go. You know what I mean? You've got to help those who are trying to become just like us.
I mean, it's all about... just blow into the mic. That's going to destroy. Yeah, I mean... I just love the kids, man. You've got to support the kids.
Be very careful how you say that in this day and age, mate. You can't be saying, I love the kids.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jackson.
Gary Glitter.
Gary Glitter, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Rolf Harris. Rolf Harris is out of prison.
Slow down.
Rolf Harris is somehow out of prison. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like... was he put in prison in Australia? Or
Bun those. Bun those. I mean, bun that. I don't know.
So you can't even blame it on too many San Miguel's. Season 1, check that out.
Yeah, I'm sober as hell. But we've got to do another episode that's smashed. We should do another one where we have like 5 shots of different shots. Like
just go along here.
And then, just along there. And then as we talk, we just...
I can see Aaron's hand up there. He's definitely going to be involved in that episode.
Definitely. Tequila, absinthe. Anyway, what are we talking about today, bro?
That's our security, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, well, let's round up what we have been up to. I now don't have a up-to-date phone, so I had to come to the mic. This is me right now. I actually took a picture of it on this, and I need to show you this. And I don't know if you can go on the camera as well. I went to an A.D. Solomon concert, if anyone knows that watching.
Who the hell is A.D. Solomon?
I don't know if I've even pronounced his name right. He's like
what sort of music does he do?
Like an R&B singer. He's quite good. I saw him at Electric
R&B.
Brixton. He was quite good.
Was there loads of girls there?
But anytime I bring up this phone, just generally say something to someone, they're like,
"Do you sell drugs?
Are you like my manager questioned if I'm a drug dealer the other day?"
Swear down.
Yeah, I was like, I literally just. Boo! Boo! You suck! You freaking suck. I'll delete the photo now, but let's take a picture now on here.
Yeah, go on then.
I have to do it this way.
Oh my days, I feel like I'm in year 7 again.
No, you weren't even in
I'm not even in it. I'm not even in it.
Look at that.
Wow.
Is that on my head?
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, people.
That photo.
Screen
Year
saver.
7 girls on a school trip on the back of the bus, like.
And they have little captions under it, like,
Literally.
in black and white, like.
In the next picture, we have them all with their fingers around, or they put their shoes together. Friends forever.
Yeah, 5 ever with like a, what is it, the greater than a 3.
Yeah, well.
Facebook life. What have you been up to though? I mean, we made Generation 96. That's a thing.
The first episode, didn't we? That was cool. Got a lot of love for that.
Yeah, it's gone quite well. It seems to be going up. I don't know if there's someone. If there's any like weird countries watching it. There's sometimes you get like Uzbekistan for some reason.
Can you check those on the stats on YouTube?
Yeah, we're just the UK.
We're gonna be internationally renowned soon. Don't worry about that.
Internationally renowned. I saw a thing on online that was a goat was found 25 miles away from where it's actually meant to be. My first question is, how does someone detect the goat? And it was found at a tram station.
Where?
Like Manchester or something. And I just think like, who's like walking on and goes,
the north.
Fuck me, Jim, that's my goat. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's seen it and just thought, hold on a sec. And he's like seen him like, fuck. When's this tram? I mean, he's not got to watch, but he's like, the goats. I mean, the goats obviously does not want to be with you if he's got 25 miles away and he's sitting waiting for a tram.
Did he walk for 25 miles?
I don't know. I want to know that goat story. Like,
maybe we need to get him in for questions.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things. Like, in up north, there's always the maddest shit happens with unis. There's always like weird stuff. I mean, you go to Leicester.
Yeah, but that's Midlands and that.
Yeah,
place
still.
That's
north to me.
Needs to get rid. Yeah, to be fair, it's north of anywhere, but we need to get rid of the Midlands ASAP.
Yeah.
It's actually not worth it.
I need to hide this phone.
If you come into my area, you'll be surprised about how many like crackheads. Like a general day for me, I could be going to uni at 9 a.m. in the morning. I've just had breakfast. You'll see crackheads sinking pints outside Sainsbury's.
I mean, some days that'll be like me or Aaron doing that as well.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
would
be
definitely do
surprised.
that some days. You know what I mean? If Arsenal have got a midday kickoff.
I mean, we've done that. We've done that before, and then we've
Definitely.
been at the end of the day like,
dying.
"What's your name?"
But these guys do it every single day. Every single day. Like this guy always comes into the chippy, and he's like wearing shorts over the top of his trackies and stuff. And he's like, the same guy asked me, he's like, "Oh, can I have a pound?" I was like, "I've only got 20p." He was like, "What? You can't even give me a pound?" I was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, and I remember someone telling me like they said, "You got any change?" And they said to them, "I've got like," they gave him like 10p or something. He said, "Well, I don't want that." Oh, I think it was my friend Charlie in Nottingham. He said, "Oh, well, I don't want that." And he's like, "Well, fuck, be grateful for whatever you're getting." Right. And you know what as well? You know, like when you see people, you know what I mean? Like London, I find a lot of times has just like a common cracker just walking around. Well, not, I mean, just they look like a cracker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And commonly I find as well in London, just people kind of mind their business too much. And me and Ayoub were driving, and we'd noticed there was just this guy. I was like looking at him because he's like this, and then he just falls off the thing, like off his like step thing, just onto the floor, and he's like, and there's people like thinking, do I want to help him? Like I can see people looking like, do I want to? But they're just too busy like just staring at him like, nah, let's just see how this goes.
To be fair,
He's just on the floor picking up his Subway like, did I actually order this? Is this mine?
But you know, I think that's a general English thing though, to mind your own business.
Yeah,
just keep moving, innit?
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of things in common cities. I saw a video in New York where this woman's head was stuck in the subway door, and this guy's filming, going, "Such a terrible thing that no one's getting like helping," and they're like, "Well, you're the fucker.
You're recording
it."
Literally, nah.
Yeah, literally.
Public transport always kills me though. The things that happen on public transport kill me. And you know that whole thing about like, if an elderly person should gets on like a tube, you should offer them your seat. Bun that, bro. Ageism. Bun that. I'm tired too.
Yeah,
I've been standing up too. She probably been sitting down all day.
I can just see you with like someone with a Zimmer frame. They're just like, please. And you're like,
I'm like, give me £10 and we'll do a nice little swap. Cool. What am I giving them a space for? Like, come on. Like, I think everyone supports each other too much in this day and age. Like,
so basically, to round up, what we've been doing when this season one's ended, we've just been ignoring old people and looking at tramps and thinking you can sort your own life out.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've had to do it. You have to do it.
Exactly. Brexit means Brexit, innit?
Brexit means, Brexit is a funny one.
Let's not go into that.
We're not going to go into
that.
I think, do you know what? I've got to a point where I think, like, I mean, I was a bit stupid. I didn't vote at the time because, I mean, I don't get into politics too much. But, like, it's got to a point now where I've literally said to myself, like, if it came again and people had to vote again, I'd just vote to stay in the EU just to shut people up. Bro, just because it's annoying.
It's driving me nuts.
It's so annoying. And you see these little marches of people going around singing their songs. They're like, stay in it. And it was like, I think Aaron retweeted something on Twitter about his guys and like the EU like bunch on his coach, and they're all doing little sing songs.
Oh, I saw that. That's so moist.
Like it's so stupid.
I'm just so done. Like it's boring now. Like honestly, even though I voted Remain, but like if we're gonna leave, can we just do it, please? You know what I mean? So I can book my trip to Ayia Napa next month. You know
Ayia Napa. Oh my god.
Out Ayia Napa, you know, enjoying my time. But I need a visa and that. I just need to know what's going on because I'm kind of a little bit tired, to be truthful.
Well, it is weird. Yeah, I mean, how many times do we actually also go to say we're gonna book a holiday somewhere and don't go as well?
Bro, that's just my life though. Even all my friends at university, we've been trying to book a holiday for like 3 months. Still hasn't happened. Like, I don't know. I'm just, you know me. I'm bad at plans anyway, so chances I won't even turn up. But, you know, 2019 though, I've been well proficient. You get me turning up to things.
Well, no, actually, to be fair, I was shocked that you got here on time.
Boom.
Well, you were a little bit late because we were meant to be there for half. We were meant to be there for 11:30.
How can a man say a little bit late when you turn up like an hour and a half after me?
Yeah, I know that's true. I'm true. But
thank you.
I'm talking about you were meant to be at past, and Aaron told me that you were here at like 35.
That's calm. 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. Yeah, that's sweet.
No, it is better than me, to be fair. I'm actually terrible with it. I know people that would vouch for that. I'm usually just like constantly like, yeah, I'll be there on time. I'm just terrible.
I thought you would have lied to me because of my timing. I thought you were going to...
I should have done that.
I should have. It's not going to start till about 12. Connor just lied to me to get me in the air on time. Because I'm always
like,
late.
yeah, I'll turn up at 35 past, maybe even 10 to.
I was sprinting. And then when I got to the train station, I got a message from from Aaron, and Aaron was like, "Oh yeah, Connor's gonna be a bit late." And I was like, I can't believe I was basically running to London.
For once, I tried.
Literally, I was like, for the first time, because I woke up and I was like, I'm going straight back to sleep. But obviously, as well, in my cousin's house in Wood Green, there's just bare man there, and my auntie started cleaning. So
What, like lifts you up while they're hoovering?
Fully, like
My mum would make my bed while I'm in it, and I'm like, "Mom, I'm still sleeping." She's like, "Well, I'm up." So
like in my family, like especially when I was younger, you knew that the house was getting clean. I think this is pretty topical for a lot of black people, that on Saturday mornings you wake up to like church music, or just like, you know, there's kind of nice reggae songs, you know, like what's his name, Thingy Barrington,
is it Levi Barrington?
yeah, Levi Barrington.
Yeah,
you know, there's kind of those loves. Yeah, if I woke up to that, next thing I know, my mom's coming into my bedroom with that Hoover. You get me? My mom doesn't care about time, because she's like, in Africa we wake up. Mom, is this Africa? Like, come on, it's 7 a.m. You're just hoovering. Like, get me? That's why my dad just disappears for a couple of hours, because when my mom cleans, it's hella stressful. My dad will just cut like 9 a.m. He'll turn up at like 3 p.m. I was like, Dad, where you been? Garden centre. What the hell are you doing in the garden centre from like 9 till 3 o'clock? But, you know, Big John's a madman.
Nice little place to walk.
I guess.
Few tinnies.
Yeah, the tinnies part, but I can't see my dad doing walking. That's not.
I just chilling, sitting in a. That's the people when you go past, you see, what's happened to that man's life? He's sitting on the bench. So I always think to myself, especially during the winter years, like, why are people sitting out drinking, like just sitting there with tins?
So, like, tins are the best.
Yeah, but like sitting outside, like, why are they doing that? Go home.
Fresh air in it.
Go sit in. They're blatantly like, I ain't got a drinking problem, love. Anyway, I'm going to Tesco, doing the big shop. Comes back with nothing.
Yeah, literally. She's like, wait, what happened? Like, bought 15 tinnies. What happened to them? Drank them.
Yeah. What about the kids' food? Nah, don't need it.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck the kids.
Fuck them kids. Kids are annoying, bro. Kids are annoying. Like, you know, like how dumb children are. Like, my little niece last night was playing in this box. Obviously, like, she's having the time of her life in this box. She stands it up, yeah, and she just dives in head first. And before, you know, when you, as an adult, you haven't got time to react. I just sat there and she was crying and stuff. I was like, what went through your head to think to jump head first into a box? Yeah, you know, kids are just dumb. Kids are dumb. Kids are real dumb.
I got sent a video of these women fighting, and this little kid just innocently standing there.
And the woman just kicks
him in the balls. Like, this kid's just standing there.
Yeah, fuck these kids, bro. Fuck these kids. You get me? The bloodline is on sight. No matter what age. No matter what age.
That's a proper, like, fuck the kids.
Yeah,
That's like, see them, boom.
If it's your up here and you see them, yeah, it doesn't matter if the baby's in a pram, he needs to hold a slap. It's that simple.
Do you know them? Is that your crew? Is that your man them? He can't even speak a word yet.
If he's wearing like some Tottenham baby girl, he's got to hold 2 slaps. Just hold that straight across his face. Bun Tottenham, bro. I hope they get slapped by Liverpool tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or is it today?
It is tomorrow, technically, yeah. But I don't know when it'll be. But I mean, I hope by the time this podcast is out, the Tottenham are below Arsenal. I have that £50 bet with someone from the Gold Diggers podcast. So Gold Diggers podcast, remember that.
Oh wait, you got it. Wait. Oh, is that girl from the Gold Diggers podcast?
Yeah. Well, when I was seeing this girl acting, and then she's acting like she knows a lot, but obviously not a lot, because she thinks that Tottenham are gonna finish above Arsenal.
Like, is it that Khaleesi girl? Like,
she's the one in there as well. Yeah. She's an Arsenal fan.
She needs to chat to her friend, man. Her friend is clueless as hell.
Yeah.
Did you see the way she was arguing with me on Twitter? It's like, read my tweet first before you argue with me, because she was arguing saying, yeah, this isn't the best team. I was like, best team, like, in a while. I'm not saying like the best team ever. I don't even want to get into this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get vexed.
Let's actually start talking about stuff that's going on in the month then. So what happened with Michael Modden, you were telling me?
Oh, Michael, did you see the whole thing with like...
I had a little look. I actually can't lie that the tune kind of bangs.
Bun Michael Modden, bruv.
I think, how many times has he done something that's pissed off the whole of Twitter?
Fam, he frauded his own girl. Well, a girl he's citing, and then took another girl with that money to Paris.
I'm going to lie, yeah, but if a girl did that, I think a lot of girls would be like, yes, run him like that.
Run me your money. Come on, city girls. To be fair, though, at the same time, I feel like it's kind of fair enough that these girls are doing that, because for how long have we men been talking about how we exploit women in our music and it's just girls' turn.
That's what kind of I get bored about with like kind of hip hop and English rap now. I feel like it's kind of dying. Like, with the way that it's just all the same stuff. It's I got this car, and I also fucked your bitch.
Well, you didn't, because I ain't got a bitch. So
Yeah.
who's laughing now, huh?
Makes me like, I'll go like, wait, when was the last time you saw AJ Tracy? And they're like, wait, who's AJ Tracy? You know who AJ Tracy is, you know? Guess you're all like constantly thinking.
Literally, I listen to Energy, and I'm just literally thinking to myself, like, you know what's that bar Skepta says? Something like, every day we do. Oh no! If you come to the club, you better come collect your wife, because every day we do sex exercises.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And now I listen to that song, and I'm.
If I turn it off, you're just fuming like.
So what club were you fucking Skepta in, though?
Yeah.
Swear down. Yeah, one that is boring, but I have to admit, you have to give the girls their due in it, like. Their opportunity to speak that way. That's why I see a lot of men at the moment have been arguing, saying, "Oh, all they ever talk about is men they're fucking." And but to be honest, how long have we been listening to hip hop tunes? Like,
yeah,
every single AJ Tracy's like, "Yeah, I fucked this girl from South. I fucked this girl from East." So you know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna applaud,
I think Dave's the only one who's actually not doing that, isn't he?
Yeah,
and his album was pretty hard as well.
Dave's like on that kind of the Avellino Wretch thing, where it seems like they've got like a more of a deeper thought process into the game, and they come up with like metaphors, and they talk about stories. Like, I'm not saying AJ Tracy is shit. He is a Spurs fan, so he's kind of got to be shit. But true. You know what I mean? Some of his tunes do slap, but you know what I mean? I'm not like obviously gunning for AJ Tracy, but it is just a general, like, when you go to America, it's even worse. Like, you hear songs like, "Fuck your bitch, I fucked her."
What's going on with Babyface as well? Like, this is just like a new element of just taking the piss of how bad hip hop is getting.
What, you mean Blueface?
Is it Blueface?
Yeah, Blueface.
Wait, let's start that again.
There's little
hold on. So you know Blueface? Even his name doesn't like flow well. Blueface.
Have you seen that picture? That he took a picture on like this house he bought, and then like everyone on Instagram was like, "Bro, check the bottom left window," and you can like see a ghost.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember like there's always something with. I think this just might be a reflection or just the clouds or something. I remember there was like someone made up there's a ghost in Michael Jackson's house after he passed.
All I'm saying is I'm not going to his house. You know what I mean? There's no way. Because I was thinking to myself, would he edit it in? And it doesn't look like, because it looks like it's like a hard copy photo. Like he stood there, his friend took it and he uploaded it on his Instagram. So I don't know if it is a reflection. We praise God. If it's not a reflection, Blueface gonna die. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But have you seen Us?
Not yet. I need to see that. Have you seen it?
I watched it last week.
Was it good?
It's good. It's not as good as Get Out.
Okay.
It's not as good. It's a very good film. It's got a good storyline, but like I wasn't as gripped as I was with Get Out, and it was way more of a thriller than it was a horror. If you know what I mean.
Right. I do enjoy a thriller though.
There was high intensity bits and stuff.
Was it like typical Jordan Peele where he's like trying to be metaphorical and like have a message to it behind it?
Here and there, but this one's less of in comparison to Get Out.
Yeah.
But what I do like, which made me laugh, was for the first time in a horror film, the white people died first. So you know what I mean? There's like
cut the podcast now.
The first characters who I think actually die are white. But you know, like in most horror films, stereotypically.
Yeah, I know. I remember when someone pointed out to me, I was like, "Wait, surely? Oh, yeah, happening again. Oh, yeah, happening again." I was like,
but the whole film is a little bit annoying, though. You know the classic thing of like, why did she run up the stairs?
Yeah, or why is she just falling on the floor and like?
There's so much of that, but that's horror film.
Yeah, it does stress you out when those kind of things happen. They're like, they could probably run from here. Oh, they're falling. Oh, they just broke their leg. Why has that happened?
It's good. It's kind of creepy though. Like Lupita Nyong'o plays her role really well.
Yeah.
And she does this thing with her voice, which today will probably still give me creeps.
So go see it, guys.
The soundtrack's sick though.
Yeah,
I got five
on
it.
I'll tell you another film to watch as well. It's mid-90s as well. It was Jonah Hill made the film. He actually this is his first like proper directed.
So he directed it.
Yeah, and like I think I'm not sure if he wrote it as well, but the soundtrack on that is sick.
Slow down.
Yeah, so
what's it about?
It's about like this little kid who just wants to be like in this skater group and like just set in the mid-90s, and he's like. He does like the whole cinematography and everything and perfectly. Like it gets everything. It makes you actually think that the film, even the type of camera he's used and like how he's edited it, it's like exactly like it's set. Like it was just released in the mid-90s. So he does it perfectly well. So I
is it out in cinema?
I think it's been out. I don't know if it came out in England, but I found it on online.
I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah. And I think there's another one called Kovic Killer was quite good as well.
What's that about?
Yeah. This guy, basically his dad, he starts to suspect his dad was a serial killer from like years ago, and he's like starts to like find clues of things, and he's trying to like secretly find out and doesn't know what to do about the situation.
That's
So yeah,
peak.
yeah, it's pretty good.
That's
But,
peak. That's peak.
Yeah, I mean, talking of finding out stuff out about people, Cardi B recently telling everyone about how she just, I mean, how can you be like very calm about just saying, oh yeah, we used to just throw like drug people and take them to hotel rooms and then rob them.
You know that gif?
Like that's not gonna bite back in your ass.
You know that gif of Dave Chappelle where he knocks over the water
Yeah.
and starts running? I bet that was like Cardi B's PR team when they saw that happening.
Yeah.
Oh, literally. Why? I don't know what possessed her. I guess she's one of those people that she's a social media light. So most artists are social media lights. They're not the most educated people, I won't lie. So they just get gassed on social media and then say things which obviously your PR manager would be like, you cannot say things like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like she just opened her mouth too much.
She just gets back in the car after the interview like, I done fucked up.
Literally, it's like, it happens to me. It's like when I drink and I say things because
It's like a bad text you wake up in the morning for.
One of my friends from uni, like, was seeing this girl and they like randomly broke up, and then she like started seeing this other boy, and me being me just walked up to her when I was drunk and I was like, can I ask you a question? And she was like, yeah, go on. I was like, why'd you choose him? He's so ugly. I was like in this club, like smoking area, just cussing out this boy, and then I forgot about it till the next morning. I woke up and I was like, I cannot believe I've said that. I cannot believe it.
What was he your friend or not?
Nah, basically my friend is the one that she used to see, and then she started seeing this other boy. But in my point of view, he butters. Like he.
Maybe he's got a good personality. Come on.
Oh,
Don't be like that.
Well, don't have sex with a good personality, bro. Like, come on. Like, I know there's obviously a big thing about personality, but everybody knows.
I mean, you have sex with money, like rich guys.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Money can get you somewhere, personality can't. You know what I mean? Money can get you Uber. You can't be like to an Uber driver, I'm a really nice guy, I can have a free ride. No. You know what I mean? That's
Get out my car.
Literally. But 10 quid. Money, to me, money does make people sexy. I don't even lie, I'm a slight gold digger myself.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's getting to that point where I'm like, let's find themselves is it sugar mama?
Bro, the amount of times I've been considering it.
Like, I just need to, I mean, I found it, like, I feel like sometimes women have it easier. They can find that shit so quick.
Yeah, but it's also really dangerous.
Yeah, no, but still, I mean, I know how to hold myself in that situation. Like, we're only going dinner, and then you're going to give me money.
But for us guys, that would be calm. But for a woman, you know what I mean? I don't know, but...
If I was a girl, yeah, I'd just keep, like, some sort of piece on me.
I'll tell my brethren to come.
Just sit there.
In the restaurant, sit back in the restaurant. Just sit there.
I'll have the it's like
just order everything off the menu. But nah. But Cardi B, I don't really
just don't understand why she'd do that. I mean, it comes into the case of like, then when someone does something like this, I mean, I kind of lost respect for going back to Offset as well, because I don't really see. I just think their whole relationship's a bit fucked as well.
Yeah,
but
that's classic, though, isn't it? That's two hoodlums. When you get two hood niggas who've made money, of
like
course,
she even cussed him out
shit.
as well, and then now he's just sitting next to her like everywhere.
Yeah, but everybody, bro, how many times have you been with a girl, you've got angry, and she's like,
he's not got angry. He's like gone and slept with different women.
No,
like,
I mean,
continuously.
I know, but like, the amount of times a girl can cuss you out, but really and truly, you just gotta, show those teeth. And then before you know it, she'll be like, "Oh, that's my and to her
that's
girls,
my what?
That's my guy, innit?
That's my
that's my baby. That's my baby. Like, I'm a baby boy and I'm just living my life.
I'm just still a baby boy. I'm still living my
still a baby boy and I'm just living my life. You know what I mean? I hate Adebayor, but that little
you know what Adebayor, when he did that, it's because of Wenger, because Wenger lied about and turned the fans against him. So I mean, at the end of the day, you should just hate Wenger for that.
I'll never hate Wenger. He's like my dad that could do nothing wrong. So you know what I mean. I have such a bias towards him from my dad mainly. You know what I mean.
You just blame everyone else and the
literally
things.
Everybody else. But you know.
But after the break, we're gonna be talking about more onto the artist and why do you separate the artist from their actual music, and much more like Jussie Smollett being an absolute weirdo.
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord, that's my name. This shit is wild. I don't get this. What do y'all call it? Folio?
Oh, fuck, it's black. Fuck Trump. Fuck the North Koreans. My sweet sauce is mixed in pastry.
We back, baby. We back.
Hope you enjoyed that sponsor
Yep.
of whatever it is.
I don't even know, man.
I mean, I don't know why they'd even sell that.
No, to be honest, I don't really know why they sell half the things they sell, but is what it is, isn't it?
Talking of advertisement, actually, let's talk about how they may be pushing fast food advertisement into the watershed period of 9 p.m.
It's bullshit.
I just imagine like some like really like fat people just being like, "Shit, what's the time? What's the time?" And then like get home and they're like, "Yeah, show me that finger licking chicken."
Nah, it's just getting more overprotection of young children. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they had this crazy stat of like over like 1,000 something people would be over 1,000 something calories would be cut from their diet or something if they were doing it. But I mean, how does someone work that out from someone watching something?
It's bullcrap. It's bullcrap. It's just a study and then people pulling stats from it. And it's really and truly like if you like what you quickly learn when you do like my degree is that stats can be used in any way, if you know what I mean. Just because I don't know, I need to read the paper where they've got this from because I bet it would have been like a smallest amount of significance, but they'll come out and they'll scream it, and we're just stupid. It's like that whole thing that came out about like, oh, you shouldn't vaccinate your kids because it'll give you Down syndrome.
Anti-vax. I saw so many memes about that all the time.
And people fell for it though because no one's really clued up about stats. You can say anything. This whole junk food thing is stupid because.
But could you imagine like do you reckon they'd start including like swearing and stuff in like fast food?
Oh, they should do.
Ads.
Why not?
They
Have
even-
fun with it.
Just be like just sitting there like,
Yeah, monkeys, fuck yeah. Big Macs, fuck yeah. Come on, fuck yeah. Big Macs forever.
just getting like chickens leg like, fuck yeah, this is the shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
This shit like crack. It's after 9 o'clock, innit? You can do this.
They're about to like, he's like, oh, it's about to have, oh, we should have sex tonight. It's like, yeah, but
You know what's better than sex?
Domino's. Have you ever had a bargain bucket, bitch? Get out my face.
Oh yeah, that cheese. That cheese. But what I don't understand, yeah, is like, obviously, past watershed. Like the main reason to do that really, obviously, is more like protecting children. But realistically, I don't remember the last child I knew which had the financial stability just to go to a fast food place. Like really and truly, it's the parents who control what a child eats.
Yeah, exactly. I think they shouldn't. I mean, I know that a lot of kids kind of get a lot of freedom to do a lot nowadays.
Bun that! Beat your
Nah.
kids, people! If they come chatting nonsense, pow! Round the face! What kind of rubbishness?
But you see a lot of kids now. You think, why has he got that? Why has he got that? I remember just having like this phone when I was like 9,
Honestly.
and then I know these kids with like smartphones and stuff now, and
iPhones,
I get the communication
North
things are a
Face,
necessity and stuff.
designer, like non-school uniform days was Jastro days. I bet people come in like full Nike tracksuits now, which
Yeah.
cost like £200. It's
Fortnite
ridiculous.
kids is like,
It's ridiculous.
it's weird.
But no, this junk food thing is utter rubbish. Utter rubbish.
Watershed is a bit of a I feel like it's a bit of a lie. It's a bit of a myth, you know. Like sometimes, like you get it up to like when you get late, but they say it's from 9, and then sometimes I'll be like, even on the radio, they sometimes it can be like past 10, and they still bleeping words. I'm ready to be like Sheck West, like fuck, shit. It's like just nothing. Nigga.
Is
Sheck
Watershed the same for music though?
What?
Is Watershed the same for music?
Yeah, it should be.
I know. It's obviously for like.
Is it?
I don't know if I thought
No.
once they make a radio. I don't know. I've never really.
I'm getting crossed heads by the huge crowd in the audience. I'm getting crossed heads and getting told that you get off the stage.
Well, no. He's staying.
But no, after 9 p.m. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, I want to see swearing in these adverts. I want to see like the McFuck Big Mac.
Honestly, but you know, what can you do? It's just again, once everyone just being oversensitive, overprotective of children.
They're trying their best. They're just trying to do anything. But why not just like don't put access to like fast food so easy for your kids? And
No,
don't-
beat your kids.
I mean, you. How are you gonna get like you just sense it on you like. You had McDonald's today, didn't you? You're like,
Smell it in his breath.
He's just like,
But I can smell Big Mac.
that's just a sign of just like bad parent. At the end of the day, it's just gonna be.
Yeah,
some-
if your kid is sneaking off to go get food anyway, that's terrible parenting.
Yeah.
What the hell? You know what I mean? In my house, it's pretty simple. Being mum, can we get Mackies? And she'd be like, nah, there's rice at home. Man, that line was a bitch. That one used to hurt. That one used to sting real bad. There's rice at home. Who wants rice, bro? If I wanted rice, mum, I would have said, can I have some rice at home? No, I want a Big Mac.
Can you imagine if that was you? They're like, guys, there's some rice at home. I need to go home right now. Shit.
Mom, step on it. I need that rice. Now the worst thing is like my brother takes the piss. Like you have some food, you put it in the fridge, yeah. You'll be waiting, and you'll be like, yeah, when I come home, especially when I've gone like drinking, like you, I'll come home the next morning.
You say drinking with me?
Like when we
All right,
drinking,
it's like
drinking.
that's one of the things. Like when you go drinking with me, it's
and then like I'll come
don't do
home
it.
And my brother will just be eating my
Don't do it.
food.
all right.
And I'd be like,
Yes.
yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. Like, you didn't put your name on it. Am I gonna get a black marker and write on a pen? This is Munya on a fucking plate. This is Munya's food. Nah,
Yeah.
bruv. No. Guy drives me nuts, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. But let's go on to this whole. Can we separate the art from the artist? So like, if an artist does something wild, mad, can you still support that artist?
I think
support their art, or
there's certain aspects I think people really like to. I think people just turn a blind eye to some things. They know it, but then they go and say, well, like I think Kodak's one's been kind of like, you think. I don't think people really go, oh shit. Like people try it. I see people debating on Twitter. I see that with I imagine Cardi B's probably got a good backing. No one's really that phased because it was in the past, so people aren't too bothered.
did you see she got backing from Rick Ross?
Did she?
The same guy who said he slips Molly in girls' drinks and then takes them back to his hotel room. So, you know, getting support from a rapist.
Yeah, there you go.
But
shouts out to the whole of pair.
to the pairs.
The peers.
Yeah, no, as well, like, yeah, Kodak Black, there's XXX.
XXX. Yeah, I mean, everyone was backing him, and then they must have felt like an idiot when he just goes and has a tape saying, oh, yeah, I did it.
He didn't even, I can't remember.
He probably denied it for ages, and everyone was like, yeah, she just made it up so he can get money and all that stuff.
Bun that guy. He never sat well in my spirit. Did you see his?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he used to believe in satanic.
What's it called? The freshman. You see his freshman freestyle.
And he just
Where he
goes
just
down
stood
like,
in the middle
but
of
just
the
summon a
dark room.
demon.
Literally, me and my brother was sitting there, and I was like, nah,
That's another
I can't
thing
watch this.
separating. I mean, people like really started to try and cancel Uzi as well because
Bun Uzi.
Because
Bun
his devil.
Uzi.
Because his
Bun
devil
Uzi.
thing.
Even though I do like what's that song with Pharrell?
I like a lot
Neon
of his
Guts.
songs.
Neon Guts is hard. It's hard, and it hurts me to know that it's hard because obviously the devil's music is gonna be sick. You get me? But there's not really much. I don't know.
I mean,
the
biggest ones we've got to talk about really is R. Kelly and Michael Jackson that came out this month. I mean,
Michael Jackson.
and R. Kelly has been going on for a while. I mean, I remember when I was a little kid and I remember just hearing on the news. The first thing I heard was R. Kelly has skipped out of going to a court date when his apparent alleged sexual assault on a woman, and that was like, I'm talking about 2005.
Must be the Boondocks took the piss out of that, and I can't even remember when the Boondocks was that early 2000s.
I remember this guy Kevin Bishop, comedian. He had a show and he made this whole skit about how R. Kelly gets women back, and he's like, and he's like doing this like step by step one. He's like, get a first ID, check a second ID, and then he says, girl, you're 100% as long you're the age of consent. And he's like, it's been going on for ages.
It has been, and I don't know.
I think, when it comes to like, I think how much it's forced on you, then I guess people will say, actually, no, I don't want to be having that artist in my ears.
Yeah. Yeah, but he also pissed on underage girls.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. That
You get
R. Kelly
me.
He's tapped.
Me.
Like Michael Jackson really didn't have the right childhood as well, which is probably why everyone doesn't understand that he wanted to hang around with children.
Exactly, and the fact he had like he spoke like a child, like, you know what I mean, because of his upbringing and all things. Hey Tito.
That's ignorant,
but
bro.
you know
That's
what I
so
mean?
silly.
So I don't know, and I feel like Michael Jackson is like, it's already being to court. It's already, you know what I mean. He was here to represent himself. I think it's sometimes. I guess there's also that argument. I just feel something when someone's dead. I guess some people don't have that fear anymore to be able to come out about it.
Well, I think as well they got a payoff or some sort of thing to cut the court case about it 'cause it was too much like stress for Michael. But I mean, and then they thought, well, I haven't got my money anymore, so I'm gonna start just coming back for you again. I think Ronaldo's situation was that as well, where
a deal's a deal, though. A
deal's a deal.
If you say you're gonna shut up. Like honestly, it's
deal. Yeah, I mean,
a deal's a deal. You can't go back on yourself. If you say you're gonna be quiet and someone gives you money, you can't come around when you run out of that money and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna start talking again," and she give me more money. That's tapped.
Yeah,
that's tapped.
There's so I mean, yeah, we can't you can't support artists, but I mean, it's hard to when you got. I mean, you're there like with R. Kelly. Sometimes comes on, you're like,
Literally, yeah. It's like that thing of Jay-Z.
I should not be liking this. But yeah, I mean, people know what they should be doing. It's what they shouldn't. I mean, you can stick to it. You can't, but it's hard. Yeah. I mean, let's move now to someone who is in an interesting case. Is Jussie Smollett.
I remember when it first came out. I remember because it came up on Twitter, and there was this whole thing. Oh, Jussie Smollett's been attacked by these two racists. And obviously, you know me, I'm hot-headed on Twitter. Saw it, boom. I was like, die, white people. You know what I mean? I just like, nah, born America, racist this, racist that. And then all of a sudden, I started having to eat my words because it was like, oh, he staged it. Oh, this, that. So I was like,
yeah, that was the thing. I think some people, when they do stuff like that, it's just like, when you realize it's just really people that it's just such bad propaganda to come out and try and like make a worse image in America than it needs to be. And like, what are you getting out of that apart from just like your own? You want to be in the limelight, but you're now like it's like, I mean, for instance, he filed it was 16 charges against him at the end of the day. Well, after it, and like, you're gonna come and do this, you gotta be doing it right. I mean, I don't know how the police figured it out, but they claim. I mean, the guy allegedly paid. I mean, he says they still didn't.
Yeah, but it's all been coming out recently that now, like, I can't remember, I saw it on Twitter the other day. Obviously, Twitter's not the greatest thing for a news source.
Yeah,
so I don't
sometimes
know
it's
100% believe this, but there's this whole thing now that it looks like it's the police who staged it. Apparently, there's someone in the police or someone had paid for the two guys that were arrested for
Two brothers, yeah.
Yeah, apparently they were the ones who paid for their hotel and stuff like that.
Well, actually, according to what I was looking at for it, with the whole you need to know, it was actually Jussie that paid $3,500 to them to get that done. And because what he got them to do is he came to report about the attack, saying that he had a chemical poured on him, had a rope tied around his neck, and was beaten up. But apparently, when he turned up to the hospital, he actually had minor injuries. And I mean, if someone wanted to do something, like he said, he apparently started the first thing with an envelope containing white powder and a drawn picture of someone hanging, and it said apparently yeah, imagine he'd be like, oh yeah, this is Hollywood. But no, it was in a Chicago studio. So yeah, I mean, he was trying to obviously scare people, saying it was like anthrax or something. But I mean, if someone wanted to do it, they do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's.
And on the picture, it had like a MAGA, which is obviously Make America
Make America great again. Do you remember that argument we had with that American geezer on Twitter recently?
Oh god, yeah.
What an idiot! What an idiot! What an idiot! What an idiot! And I hate people who are obviously very really educated, and then they feel that like everybody who's like, oh, I thought you would know black literature. Bro, does it look like I have time to be sitting down and reading all these black... He was like, oh, that's a quote from this book. Why would I have read that
And
book?
as well, it's like they think it's right to be really segregated as well. Like,
yeah.
When the guy was talking, he was so passionate about, like, well, yeah, obviously you have, like, this is where, like, black people go and this is where white people go. It's like, that's not cool. That's not how it should be. Like, that kind of way. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a bit of a strange situation. But how they Jussie Smollett situation rounded up is because they said, basically, the judge who's apparently has years of experience with it, he just said, I'm stopping this whole trial because he's paid a 10 grand bond to get out of jail with it, and also it's done community service. And
so he's out already.
And I mean, the humiliation, I think, as well, of already just being caught out with that. And the police have stated, like, very firmly that they still believe that he did fake it all. So they still just kind of.
Do you think he's gonna get dropped from Empire?
I think he already has. I think he has already.
Oh, big for him. I wonder if he's gonna get another job.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's bad for like artists or like actors and stuff when that kind of stuff happens and it's not true.
Publicity is good publicity.
I don't know, because I remember one of the geezers from Coronation Street got like they tried to get in trouble with I remember when everyone was getting put in this paedophilia ring and everything. He was put in one of them.
Yeah.
And he got cut out of it, and then he wasn't, and he was like,
that's peak.
All the son did was just back him and said like, oh, he's off to go celebrate with some tinnies, caught in a car park. And that's it.
But that's the problem about like the whole of social media nowadays. Like, do you know one of my biggest fears is waking up in the morning and finding a Twitter thread about me.
I mean, I hope one day they'll be like B&H
cancel Munya, and I'll just sit there, just wake up at 9 in the morning and be like, I want to kill myself. Like my friend, she
I want to kill myself over that. Imagine that's why you need to like. I've got bored of Twitter. I mean, I hate Twitter, man. Obviously, I don't need social media. That's why I have this.
going on a spiritual journey with your brick, with your brick, yeah.
Yeah, my brick doesn't even have good bars and like signal. Like you expect them to be like you could be underground here right now, and you'd be like, where are you? I'd be like underground. No, it doesn't work.
Well,
it's that shit.
We gotta move forward. But before we finish, are we gonna have a little chat about this Christchurch situation?
Oh yeah, let's pay some respects to the Muslim people as well for that first that were
49
involved.
killed, 20 injured. It's kind of mad.
I mean, it's so messed up how this guy went about it as well. And
oh mate, I saw the video and I didn't realize I was watching it. I just because
Really?
before I'd seen the news, I saw the video on Twitter, so I clicked and watched it. I was thinking, what's this? I see all these like Facebook Live comments, and then I just see all this shooting. I was like, what the? Closed it, and I just saw like shooter live. I was just like, this is.
But we've got to respect the New Zealand government how they went about it. Even like the news places.
What's
as
her name?
well.
Lucinda Ardern, the president.
Yeah.
Oh, what a woman. We need her here instead of Theresa May. She would have sorted out Brexit no time. She's a gangster. And you know what pissed me off though? Katie Hopkins was talking the other day like,
of course she was gonna say
when a Muslim dies, why is the whole country doing like a call for prayer and like you never do it if a white person died. But she doesn't understand that white people and unfortunately it is the way it is the predominant or dominant race. So when something happens,
in control of media wise, I guess.
Yeah, and when it happens to a minority, it's a bit different. Obviously, everyone else is gonna come together and support that minority. But when you are the majority and someone, you know what I mean?
I think what it was mainly as well when it was targeted at one audience, which was like Islamic followers. I think it was more to say like we need to pay our respects in the best way we can and try and like come together as one. Because that's what I hate when something like this happens when it's like it's a white shooter and Twitter's just straight on to be like nobody already knows like this is what a terrorist is and they're trying to like say straight away like, it's white person don't ever say it. Like no one's saying it anymore. Like it's just these people who are coming to it because they're like trigger happy with their minds thinking like that's where I need to let everyone know that white people's a terrorist. What people need to know is that terrorism has no face and you can't just judge anyone. Like you need to be obviously police need to be watching and watch out for whatever's gonna come. And I mean, it's going to be hard.
But I think the main reason why people say white people is because, like, I remember the first few articles came out, like, people were saying, there was articles like, the shooter was a really respected guy at school. But if he was a Negro, you know what I mean? It would be like, yeah, Raheem Sterling once bumped into him in the street and now he shot up everyone. It's like, you know what I mean? There's this, the media have this narrative of like
Sterling gave him a lift in a Range Rover once.
Literally, and there's a problem.
It wasn't even his Range Rover or him driving it.
There's this narrative of like almost protecting when, you know, for example, when something like a black person or someone who believes in Islam, whenever they do anything, it becomes a group issue. But whenever it's like a white person does this, everyone then starts going, there was something wrong with him. There was something wrong with the individual. Something happened in his childhood. But if say a Muslim did that, everyone would be looking at all the other Muslims and be like, look at your people, do something about it. You know what I mean? I think that's where this whole hate comes online because it's like everybody. Like, as a black man, I can't go stop what other black people are doing. You know what I mean? And so it's hard for me to talk across the race. I think that's why when people get really upset when they're like, yeah, he's a white terrorist, because there seems to always be this narrative of in the media of like protection of when if somebody of white descent does something mad. But you know what I mean, I don't want to get into it because I'll end up trying to fight someone and then you know what I mean, I'll be like screaming fight the power, wearing all black and black power and that. But you know, it's not really black power. Obviously I'm not anti-white, I am pro-black, but I'm not anti-white. But I'm really pro everyone needs to come together.
You text me this morning saying you're gonna kill my white skin me and then that must be someone else.
No, that's slang.
That's not me, bro. That was slang.
Zimbabwe.
Talking to slang actually, I think I'm getting too old. Like when I was in Leeds the other week, some guy came over to me and went, "Mate, that jacket looks ridiculous." And I was like, "Fucking what?"
No, it's like the opposite though. Like, oh, that's bad. That's good. You know
that's,
what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm getting old because like this, I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, man, it looks sick." And I was like, "Oh, I understand that one."
No, it's like man.
I'm with that.
Nephew called me. He was like, "Yeah, my bike got stolen. I had to foot slap it home from school." I was like, "What the hell is
foot slap?
What the fuck is that?" And I realized this is
oh shit.
I was like, "Oh, okay." okay.
Well-
I'm listening to drill nowadays, and I have to like text my little nephew like, what does this mean, bro?
We're not down with the youth. And on that note, we're gonna foot slap ourselves out here because we got some ridiculous shit to do.
Peace. You know what I mean?
Safe.
Peace.
H.
We out. Peace.
I love my press play. It's like, wouldn't it be nice if we?